Hi, it's Kristen, and in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to share and how to send your Google form. So now that I have created a form with lots of different questions and video and images, we're going to talk about some of these important tools up here on the right hand side. We've already talked about how to change the color in the background. Over here you're going to see add-ons. Add-ons are things that you can use to enhance a Google form, a document, a spreadsheet, and in a later video I'll show you some of the kind of cool add-ons that you can use with forms. We talked about preview, but let's go to settings now. In the settings you have some different choices before you send your form out. You can decide, do you want anyone in the Westonka Public Schools to be able to answer from your form, or do you want anyone? If you're sending this out to parents or people outside the district, you would choose anyone. You can decide to automatically collect the respondents' names. If you don't choose this, I recommend that you add a question with the name because if you don't collect their respondent name, you won't know who filled out your form. However, if you want it to be anonymous, you would want to leave that unchecked. If you do select automatically collect, you can also check submit only one response. So if you want to make sure that you kind of control who responds to your form or your survey or your quiz, you can have them only submit one time. Next down here, when they're done, they'll get a confirmation that says your response has been recorded. But you can customize this. You might say, thanks for taking my survey. Have a great day. You can even add links here if you want to link them to something else when they're done with the survey or the quiz or whatever you use your Google form for. Down here, you can also select some things. I can't submit another response because up here I said they can only submit once, but I might want them to be able to edit their response or see a summary of responses. If I am doing a survey and I want people to be able to see how other people responded, I could check see summary of responses. Finally, a couple other options. If you're giving a quiz or you're doing a survey with a lot of questions, you can show a progress bar. So across the top, it'll see how many questions they have left. Or if you're making it a quiz, you can shuffle the question order so that every student that answers is looking at questions in a different order. So those are some of the settings that you can change before you send out your form. And then last over here, I want to show you the send features. So when you send your form, there are a couple different ways that you can send it. You can send it via email, so you can put anybody's name right into the email there and you can send it directly to them. You can get a link and you can get that link shortened as well, so you can embed it into your Schoology page or onto your website or send it out through Twitter, or you can embed your form so that the whole form copy is either on your website or it might be on your Schoology page, and I'll show you that a little bit later as well, some examples. You can send it out directly through Google Plus or Facebook or Twitter. So there's all sorts of options on how you might send your form. Also under send your form, just like everything in Google, you're able to collaborate with other people. So you can add collaborators. Collaborators are different than sending the form. If I add a collaborator, they're going to have the option to edit that form. So if I want a couple people working on my form at once, I can add them to my form that way, and then they can edit and then they can see the responses. So when I add them in the same way that I add the collaborators, I can also add a message letting them know that I want them to take a look at the form and look at the responses. So again, Google makes it really easy to collaborate with other people. So there's some information on both how to share and send your form. Next up, we'll be ready to take a look at the responses.